The conversations we dread the most often holds the key to unlocking our future. What if I told you that mastering these conversations could reshape the destiny and the future you intend to see? You see, the quality of our life often depends on the quality of conversations we have with others or with ourselves. First, let's talk about the conversations we have with ourselves, and which is why we have to have what I call self-awareness. You must recognize your inner monologue. Is it positive? Is it negative, or is it indifferent? The next one is that you must shift from being a critic of yourself to coaching yourself. Instead of berating yourself and feeling bad and beating yourself hard, why don't you guide yourself and encourage yourself? So anytime you are confronted with a limiting negative belief, what you should do is to challenge that belief. Always replace and reframe negative thoughts with positive spins. And if we want to see the growth that we desire, then our internal conversations with ourselves plays a huge role on our public perception, on the output of results that we see, on our self-image. You know, in the book by Napoleon Hill, the Think and Get Rich book, he said you will always produce the physical equivalent of your most dominating thoughts. So if your most dominating thoughts are negative, then you need to reframe that negative belief. Who says you can't do greater things? If you tell yourself you can, then you can. And if you tell yourself you can't, then you can't. So whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. So it's very important we have these difficult conversations with ourselves, these conversations that are limiting us, and then reframe the conversation and be in charge of the ship of our lives. So the big question is, how do you prepare for tough external conversations? Number one is that you must develop empathy. You have to put yourself in people's shoes and understand their perspective. You know, there are people that look at life zoomed in, and there are people that looked at life zoomed out. So depending on their perspective, try to be adaptive to understand their point of view. Be empathetic. Why do they think the way they think? What are their issues that makes them behave the way they're behaving? This will help you prepare for tough external conversations. Number two is active listening. Don't listen to respond immediately. Listen to understand the feelings and emotions being conveyed. Active listening plays a huge role in preparing for tough external conversations. Be clear about your boundaries, your needs, so that there are no misunderstandings. Now that you are with the person that you have to have this actual conversation with, how do you behave and navigate through this process? Let me give them to you immediately. Stay calm. As difficult as it may seem, you have to stay calm. If the person is overreacting and there are heated conversations, your calmness makes you stay in control of the situation. Two is to ask open-ended questions. This helps the dialogue to go deeper and gives better perspective and understanding to you and to the person you're having this difficult conversation with. And during the conversation, find common ground. There will always be common ground. So find common grounds so that we agree together on this, can we move on? Oh, we agree together on this point, can we move on? For example, you're doing an appraisal of a staff performance. Find common grounds that you both can agree upon. And after you have done conversing with the person, it's very important to have post-conversation reflection. And these are the things you need to do when you're doing a post-conversation reflection. Self-assessment. Reflect on what went well and what could have gone better. Number two is to seek feedback from other people. If it's appropriate, seek a third party's opinion about the conversation. And number three is continuous learning. Learn from the conversation, take lessons so that you can continually grow as a leader and as an individual. So your future isn't just shaped by the big decisions you make. It is also shaped by the numerous conversations we have with people, especially the difficult ones. So embrace them, learn from them, and watch how they propel you forward. For more insights on leadership and personal development tips, why don't you subscribe to this channel so that you keep getting value like this? Click on the notification bell and see you in our next video.